A lot of people out there realize that I'm a little bit hyper, a little bit different, and a little bit the same at the same time. What did I say? It doesn't really matter because we're talking big steel cage match where nothing makes sense.
Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning.
It is July 2nd, 2025, but this is the intro to Season 2, Week 1 of Van and Holden in the morning. Yeah. The way we're doing it now, if you're listening to this in the future when it's uploaded, we are going on Instagram Live after we've recorded the topics of the week on Zoom. So starting tomorrow, you'll hear all these topics every day, Thursday to Monday, 6 a.m. Thursday to Sunday gets you the daily topics. Monday gets you the full episode with this intro. What's up, Tyler? TCO?
CTO is what you're about to have.
CTE. What's up, Mad Cash, joining us in the live chat. Comment down below. What did you do this weekend, Van Landon?
You're asking me what I did this weekend? I suppose I can tell you. So for anybody tuning in, this is Van and Holden in the morning. Just readjust your clocks. It's clearly the morning.
Coffee. That's why I got my coffee.
Exactly. We all got to wake up somehow. So yeah, and then the other thing that he said is Season 2, Episode 1, right? And he said that we are going live after we've recorded the weekly episodes that you're going to now be hearing Thursday through Sunday, 6 a.m., wherever you get your podcasts, which means that we got stuff recorded. So if you're seeing this now, you got some stuff to be excited for this week. But we're not talking about this week just yet. We're talking about what we did this weekend. And you're right, it's July 2nd, but you didn't say this. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dude. No, it's not Monday. It's not Tuesday. Bro, it's brutal out here. I don't even know what day of the week tomorrow is going to be, but I know today's Thursday. Today's Wednesday. He got me with that. But yeah, I looked at the calendar. I'm still on June. I did get myself. I got to update that. But no, what I got up to this weekend was a bunch of stuff. Obviously, I wrestled this past weekend, Barry Wrestling, Canada Day, which is always one of my favorite shows to do just because of how different it is. It's literally Bash at the Beach, although we're not on the beach. And I guess Kempenfest is closer to the beach. So disregard me calling it Bash at the Beach. Call it Road Wild. Yeah, it's definitely Barry Wrestling Hog Wild 2025. That was one of the names of those pay-per-views. So yeah, it's my favorite because we're outdoors, things are different. And of course, I had 2 matches on the weekend, but it was all in one day. So don't even call it the weekend. It was all on Canada Day, 2 matches. At first, it was a qualifying match for the Sober Sips Muskoka Brewery. I'll be honest, I got let me explain what happened and I'll tell you why I'm so fed up about this. So yeah, it was a qualifier. I was going to move on to the tournament, whatever. I'm wrestling Stratosphere, who is a freakishly large human being. So I'm like, okay, I got a tough challenge ahead of me. But what I wasn't expecting was what he did. So I've had a lot of wrestling matches over these past few years. And one thing that can and will happen is an injury. So unfortunately, what I was witness to was an apparent injury. Stratosphere seemed to have, hurt his leg or something because he was clearly injured. And the referee, Brian Sinclair with a Y, he was there and he had to hold me back and whatnot. But when it was all said and done, I thought the match was over. I thought I was moving on, just to show support and sportsmanship. I go and I try to pick up Stratos to, get him back on his feet. Clearly something went wrong. And he rolled me up. And there was a fast count by that crooked referee, Brian with Y. Sinclair. And apparently, according to the fans in the front row, all those Barry Wrestling fans, they told me that he apparently paid the ref. I couldn't believe it. He paid him.
No way.
Where do you even have the money? I don't have pockets in my gear. So I think right away, where did that money come from? Was it somebody in the audience? I have no clue. But I lose the match. And I talked to Barry Wrestling Management and I said, that wasn't fair. What can you do for me? And they said, don't worry, we got you. How about a Three Pistols championship match on the next show? Get ready. And I said, always. Rajan Husher, the artist, who has been doing some things pretty cool lately, I'll be honest. He becomes my opponent for the final show of the day. For the Three Pistols title, a championship that I used to hold. So, just like old times, me and Rajan Husher, we just go out there and kill it. Beat the heck out of each other. And I'll be honest, for all of the issues that him and I have had in the past, he smashed a painting over my head. I might still have the scar from when he did that. All the stuff with Vision, with Von Vertigo, everything, all the trouble he's put me through. Like I said, he's been doing things pretty cool lately. And even though he obviously retained, I don't have the title over my shoulder right now. So I lose the match. We beat the heck out of each other. And Albright, anytime you and I beat the heck out of each other, it was always pretty fun after all the things were said and done. So overall, 2 incredible matches, 2 fun days. Well, it was one day, 2 fun shows on one day of wrestling. And that's not all I got up to. You asked me what else I got up to? That was just Canada Day. But on the weekend, old Van Landen was getting himself into some liquid energy over at the All Your Friends Festival. But if you want to hear about that, you got to stay tuned to the episodes this week. Like I said, 6 a.m., wherever you get your podcasts. Van and Holden in the morning. Check it out on the GTA Wire account for all the information. You know I'll be sharing the story. You know Albright will be sharing the story. You got the link. Just listen if you want to hear about my time there. And boy, I bet, yeah, you're going to want to hear this one. Albright, what'd you get up to?
I will give a brief momentary shout out to Tyler in the chat saying the only brewery he knows is Cowbell Baby because is it August 17th? Is that the number? 17?
Yeah.
On August 17th, I say with confidence. Do you know where the fuck this brewery is?
I say Blythe, but I'm probably wrong.
Somewhere near Goderich, Ontario. Blythe, whatever. You're going to flirt when you're at this brewery. I will confirm. And you want to know what? I'll give some dirt here. Because I know someone's a little hot. They're not on the poster. But apparently they were booked first. The man that screwed you over, Stratosphere, is going to be there. I believe you're going to be there. And best believe Holden Albright will fucking be wrestling there. We are in July. It's officially summer. I am nervous as fuck. I'm not sure what I'm doing when I come back this month, but goddammit, I'm back in the ring this month, baby.
Big news, and you heard it here first, people.
To be fair, you would have read it on my personal Instagram story first. But so this weekend I needed some inspiration. I feel like motivation comes from like you'll start doing it. Inspiration comes with the hope of wanting to do it. So I went out to a fun wrestling show, Toronto Wrestling Club on Saturday. Always a great time. I believe at the Henderson Brewery. It was a great time. Saw KPK there. Saw Briscoe Foley. Wait, these guys.
Zach Morrissey.
Bruce James, either way, KPK and Bruce James and his partner beat the living shit out of each other with records and such. Bruises, bashed afterwards. Amazing. Battersby had a great match, a handicap match against Generation Now. The kids tried. But fucking Battersby just battered them. Got to see some good people. And then on Sunday, I checked out my buddy Jeff Hobbs' live comedy taping. He's taking a break from comedy, so I wanted to do it. I believe he told 250 jokes in 48 minutes. It was a great fucking time. So I'm now like motivated. We uploaded Dead Parent Society episode 0 last night. That's on any of the podcast feeds. Look up GTA or me and Bobby B, and go over to the Patreon. Get the 20 minutes extended version on there, where we talk about some life societal things we do not agree with. But you can follow me, follow the journey at Holden Pro here on Instagram, X, Twitter, patreon.com/Brendan C for a whole bunch of content. And what do we have this week? Oh, yeah. Van Holden in the Morning returns Thursday to Monday, 6 a.m., wherever you find a podcast. I'm talking about being a bad Italian. I want to know what everyone's watching on TV, and I want you to judge me for what I watch, what my entertainment is. What about yourself? What topics were you talking about? And then plug away your things, Van.
Thank you. You know what I'm talking about this week. This week we're talking about, and you got to check this out, like he said, 6 a.m., wherever you get your podcast. Van Holden in the Morning. We're back. Season 2, baby. He said what he's talking about. Well, I said I went to the All Your Friends Festival, so you know that episode's going to be spicy this week. But it's not just that. Obviously, there's another one, and things are going to get a little itchy as we talk about my strange addiction. But yeah, you can follow me everywhere at the Van Landen on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Blue Sky Social, and even patreon.com/the Van Landen. Get me there. Yeah.
And before we go, quick shout out to Tyler, We the Dark Order North, Amanda Cass, DJ Mike Storm. Will Van be talking to Taylor Swift is a real question? Not yet on this season, I'll tell you that much. Shout out Tyler, shout out Gregory Iron, Shelly Weiss, going through the scroll, Michelle, Matt Cash, Nate, thank you for joining in the live. We'll be back. We'll be accepting calls eventually if we trust who's calling in. And with that, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. Stay safe, sane, and healthy. Van, do you have anything to send them away with?
Good.
Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning.
Good morning, Holden Albright. Yeah.
Good morning, Van Landen.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I see how it is. All right. Well, good morning, Holden Albright. What do you want to talk about today, my friend?
I want to talk about, like, being a bad Italian.
Oh, I know all about this.
Do you?
No, I don't. I couldn't be further from the plot on this one. What do you mean being a bad Italian? What are you going on about right now? Tell me about this.
I will let you first guess because you came in so hot and you committed to a bit, so I'm going to call the bluff on it. What do you think I mean when I say I think I'm a bad Italian?
So you think you're a bad Italian?
I have verification and validation that I'm a bad Italian.
Yeesh.
Which, ironically enough, if I was a criminal, I'd be a good Italian.
Okay, I think you don't like any footy, so I feel like that is a notch away from your Italian card. Maybe you can't cook pasta well. I know you've been meal prepping like crazy, so I feel like I might even be wrong about even stating that. Stay tuned to hear him correct me. But maybe what else? Well, have you ever even been to Italy? I think that's a big notch off your fake Italian card.
I never said I was a fake Italian, okay? I never said that.
Okay. I guess
I gotta clarify. But did you see my excitement when you mentioned the pasta thing?
No, because I was literally looking upwards trying to just come up with anything worth saying.
So you're kind of right. I realized over the weekend. So the only I don't know the different names of pastas. Like a few months ago, I found out about spaghettini, which isn't spaghetti, but I don't know what the fuck. Like I know what spaghetti is. Everyone knows what fucking spaghetti is. But like I know pastina, which is like the little balls in soup kind of stuff.
Okay.
And my favorite, and I don't even know if it's my favorite pasta. But, like, It's called Scooby Doo, which is hilarious. It's actually called Scooby Doo. Know the pasta with like the drill bit thing on it, like it twists around?
Yeah.
That's called Scooby Doo.
Hold on. What?
Yeah, it literally is called Scoobidoo. Correct me in any comment section wherever you're enjoying this entertainment if I'm probably definitely wrong.
So I hope you're wrong because it is hilarious how there could be a pasta called Scooby Doo.
Oh, it is
Um,
called Scooby Doo. I just don't know if I'm correct in saying because it's either that one or the tube one that's twisted like a curly straw. See, the fact that I'm not just explaining all the different kinds of pastas, I'm trying to mix and match in my head what the fuck these things are.
I'm a big rigatoni guy, I suppose.
Which one's rigatoni?
All right, you called my bluff. I don't know.
Because I was about to say, if I see like rigatoni or I think penne is the tube one. Like,
Yeah, I can at least get that. Yeah.
fuck, I don't know what the smaller tube one is though. I kind of like that pasta. But like, yeah, the fact that I'm struggling so goddamn hard is why I have like this. I'm gonna say it's a poor fucking pun joke. Dad mode. Okay, it is what it is. But I feel like I have impasta syndrome. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, yeah, I think you do too. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment wherever you're watching this. Give Albright some, noodle recipes. Not just noodles, pasta, I suppose. I call
Oh,
them
give me a
noodles.
cheat sheet of like fucking this is give me like the when you teach a child like different shapes and colors and stuff. Give me like a baby Einstein card game of correct pastas.
And stay tuned next week as we cover all 4 food groups.
Yo,
Goodbye!
the food pyramid's a scam, by the way.
What do you mean? So,
So I'll talk about that next week. Good morning, Van Landen.
good morning, Holden Albright. Yeah.
I just realized you're not wearing your glasses.
You want to hear something? Very recently in a wrestling match, I tried something a little different. And while this isn't my topic today, I'm going to quickly just brush this one over. Where, as some people would commonly refer to it as, I Bret Harted my sunglasses onto a kid in the front row. And my opponent that evening really had some nerve. Went out, left the ring, went right over to the kid, ripped it off his face, and smashed it all up. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway, that's not the topic. But
What's the
that did
top?
happen.
What's the topic, Homie?
My topic today kind of involves wrestling because it involves the fuel that I like to drink prior to hands. And what am I meaning by this? Well, Holden Albright, anybody that knows you knows that you are a Monster Zero Sugar white can kind of guy. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Who isn't? Right? Everyone loves the white sugar-free Monster. It's a great flavor. However, Van Landen's been going through some trouble lately. You could say I'm down in the dumps because for some unknown reason, maybe it's the pollen in the air, the summer heat on my skin. I don't know what it is, but I'm addicted. What? I said I'm addicted. What? To the old school, full sugar, full green, old school baby Monster. And when I say addicted, I don't mean like multiple a day, although there was one day that I tried 2 in one day, and my heart started beating faster than it should, and I haven't tried 2 ever since. But I'm a 1 a day full sugar Monster guy, and I want the people in the comments down below. Are you with me or are you against me? Albright, since you're a sugar-free white Monster guy, and I'm sitting here holding this. Oh, I could just think of the taste now. I want to take a sip. I want to stop talking and I want to take a sip right now. So Albright, tell me your thoughts on the old school green full sugar Monster.
I don't think video games create school shooters, but I do think whole like OG monsters. If you drink a regular Red Bull, you want energy. If you drink, especially as a functional adult, a black green monster energy drink, you need to be committed. Like, you don't need to be on a list to not be near like public spaces. You just need to be seeing that can, and people should be aware to stay away from you.
I all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hear me out, hear me out. I love the taurine. You don't love that taurine, that taste? I can't get it out of any of the sugar-free ones, but just that forehead rush, so to speak, when you take that sip of all that energy. Yeah, maybe you're onto something. Maybe
It's
we need
not
to
energy you're getting out of it. You're
maybe
getting like the near death experience. No one's ever done like crack and they're like, man, I just feel like the world's so beautiful.
Stay tuned next week. Intervention. Goodbye. Good morning, Holden Albright. Yeah.
That felt like it ended very much like a Jack Black character in any movie he's in, which I love that Jack Black just plays Jack Black. Like, much respect to the black man.
We could have a whole week dedicated to that Minecraft movie. That's not the topic today, ladies and gentlemen.
I have not watched that, and do not make me watch that. It took 3 days for me to be annoyed with you already.
All right, folks, bear with us, please. What do you got? What do you got to talk about today, Albright? I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking.
Well,
on
I'm
this
gonna be
day.
polite. I'm gonna say good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners. What? So I've been watching some TV programs recently.
Oh,
Have you been watching? And anyone enjoying this content, comment down below what you're watching, specifically TV series wise. Because the TV series is I'm about to talk about is not what you think I am. I do not want to talk about movies. I want to talk about stuff that airs on TV networks. Have you been watching anything recently? By the way, it could be also a series on Netflix.
gotcha. So, in preparation of the reboot, we did sort of hint on it in the little pilot ski. But yeah, no, I've been rewatching King of the Hill from the start. And it's so funny. And as a younger human being, I did not get any of the humor or the jokes in it, but now, oh boy, is it ever funny to watch. So that's what I've been really diving into in my free time at the television. I could say that's what I've been up to.
Okay, so I am not a scripted guy, but I am watching The Bear right now. I'm 3 episodes in. Started watching last night, season 4. Shout out Danielson. We'll do some sort of podcast breakdown of The Bear in due time. Check the Patreon for that. But I struggle with this, and I don't remember if it's on the Dead Parent Society public episode or the extended raw version, available for all members, free included on the Patreon. But I like not unscripted. I like nonfiction shows, but also nonfiction sometimes based in fiction. So there's 3 things I watch.
Oh, okay. Let's hear them.
I watch all the wars shows on A&E.
Okay.
I'm talking Parking Wars. I'm talking
Storage Wars.
not Storage Wars. Not past that now because it's all the footage of like the Instagram accounts that I watch. So it's Parent Wars, Neighborhood Wars, Parking Wars, Road Wars. Like I love seeing people at their worst. But then I also watch for like educational purposes. I watch like shit on like not unsolved mysteries, unknown mysteries. Like, is Bigfoot real? We don't know, but here's 45 minutes of information on it. Oh, this old historical. I went down a rabbit because have you heard that apparently a lot of males think of the Roman Empire a lot?
I sadly did hear about that, and I swear, if I get tailored ads now because we're bringing this up again, I thought I was done with this.
So,
Come on.
Do you think of the Roman Empire at all?
No, never. What do you mean by that?
I think that also might be a very American thing of like when they're talking about like gladiators and just like taking over the world. For me, I was an ancient Egypt guy. And there's a lot of information recently that ancient Egypt had an ancient Egypt. Like all of like the Cleopatra, King Tut shit. That's like 5,000 years ago. the pyramids are like 8,000 years old. Like it's so, and then I've gone down the wormhole of like ancient human civilization of when they got down here and such like that. But then there's a third show I watch, and I love this show. I think it's on the second season, and I binge watched the first season a week or two ago. And I've been okay, so I watched the first episode of this season. I literally have it loaded. Yeah, so I'm on season 2, episode 5 right now. When I see this listed on my torrent trackers and it's like season 2, episode 4 or 5, I'm like, oh fuck, there's a new episode. And it's called United Gangs of America.
Oh.
And so there's like 10 episodes in the first season, 5 episodes now. A lot of motorcycle gangs, a lot of prison gangs, and then a few just like inner city gangs. But what I've realized is I have a joke that I look more racist than I am. I'm not racist, but I look it. I'm the type of wrestler that I pick my I learned and I told him this. I looked at Rex Atkins photos every now and then before I would shave my beard to see what his beard looked like because I didn't want us to both be two bald big dudes with goatees or whatever. He's got the full beard, it's okay. And then last weekend, because now that I'm on it, so long story short, I look like I'm a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. I'm not, but I understand what alliance I'm gonna have to pledge if I go to prison. But this past weekend, I trimmed my beard a little too much, and like so my goatee is still here and it's okay, but it's not as long as it was, which I'm saddened by it because I like the length I had on it. But then at the same time, I'm happy I don't look like I'm assaulting a police officer and selling crystal meth.
I know. Ain't it crazy how just looking like something, you just get that, book by cover type of response? I know exactly what you mean. But were you anviling it when you had the length on that goatee?
So I tried it a little bit, but apparently, so I got two lights above my mirror in my washroom, and
Yeah.
one of them's out. And I didn't fully realize that until I realized like half of one side of my beard was a little longer than the other. That's why I accidentally cut it a little too much. I
Ooh.
tried to round it, and then it just got shorter and shorter and shorter. Like, luckily, it's not on my chin right now. I still probably have like an inch hanging off of it. But like, I had like a solid fucking 3 fingers hanging off it before. I'm a little depressed. Like, it was down to my chest. Like, it covered my whole neck.
Jeez. All right, all right, all right.
I don't know if on the content though, because we're talking about facial hair for a minute. You're growing out the mustache. You're hiding it with the beard, but you're growing it out.
It's true. And you can't really hide this big fucking mustache on my face. And people are now getting to the point where they're asking me about it in person. And I have two answers. If it's somebody that like I really don't fucking know, like you're a complete stranger asking me this, I say, "Oh, I'm taking police foundations." And they just believe it. They don't even, you just move on. But then in wrestling, in the wrestling sense of things, you know who's a bad, mean motherfucker?
Who?
Dan the Beast Severn.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I can have even a smidge of aura like Dan the Beast Severn once did, I'm happy.
Dan Severn though has massive dad energy.
Yes, he does.
Like he doesn't beat his kids, but he beats his kids' bullies.
And he's stern with them too.
The dude
Like-
just wore like basically a crop top that was fucking a size too big and just sweaty all the time.
But the thing was, is you knew he was about to kick your ass too. Like
Oh,
you weren't
100%.
winning.
100. That's why you can't fucking tell him shit.
No, you can't tell him shit. So yeah, so stay tuned to see over the summer where my mustache and Albright's goatee end up. You never know where these will end up.
Onlyfans.com/Holden all night.
Ooh.
Good morning, Vandal Landon.
Good morning, Holden Albright.
I've never called you Vandal Landon before, for the record.
No, but there are a few names out there that, like, I just won't say what it actually is, and I will just say something different most of the time. So
That's your backyard pro gimmick, Vandal Landon. It's just you being a graffiti artist.
Vandal Landon? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What's your topic, homie?
Oh, you want to know what I want to talk about?
Tell me what you want to talk about.
This is relevant, so I'm sure there are listeners out here who want to hear about this. It's
Yeah, the
about
past
me.
few days, irrelevant, but this one, relevant.
No, this is irrelevant because this is something that we all could have experienced. I went to the All Your Friends Festival at Burles Creek lately when it happened, obviously. And I got to see a bunch of music acts perform and have a blast in the sun for 2 whole days recently. That's what I got up to. And that's what my topic is. Talking about Van Landen's time at the All Your Friends Festival.
You keep setting it up like I'm supposed to reply to this, but you're just telling stories right now. I don't know what these pauses are, dude.
So I'm thinking about what I'm gonna say because by the end of Sunday night, I'm not remembering much about anything. So I'll start at the beginning. You're
As most
thinking,
stories start.
you're thinking, Van, like, why'd you go to All Your Friends Fest? Well, simple. I had a homie hook me up with a free weekend pass,
Oh
a-
shit.
and not just like a free weekend pass, a free VIP weekend pass. So I was living like a king all weekend, and I didn't spend a cent on it. So I'm sorry to everyone out there who's listening to this, like, oh, I bought my shit full price. What the fuck? You're telling me Van Landen was there for free? What the fuck? Sorry to you guys. I don't know how it happened either. But that's how I ended up there. And to be honest, that's the only way I was going to end up there. But I got to see Rise Against perform on day one. I got to see Boys Like Girls perform on day one. And for anybody that's into old school emo music, this is the festival for you because that's what this whole lineup is literally meant to be. And notice how I only said those two artists? It's because I'll be honest. I obviously I wasn't driving. I was had a designated driver both ways, both nights, and so I was smashing back $15 beers like they were going out of style.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. It was rough, but
Were they
someone
tall
had to
boys
do
at
it.
least?
Yeah, they were. They
Okay.
were, luckily. And so, like I said, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. So I chose it to be me. And I'm standing there in the little VIP section looking at the stage because you had your own viewing area. And some other, like, emo drunk bro comes up to me right before Rise Against comes on. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, are you excited for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh yeah, what are you excited to see?" And I'm like, "Prayer of the Refugee." And he's like, "Oh yeah, what else?" And I go, "Nothing else. It's the only one I know." And he just walked away from me after that because he realized I was a fake fan.
Well,
Which I
to be
mean,
fair, he's not actually having a conversation with you. He's interviewing you.
apparently, right? And I did see people doing those like the real style
The man on
what's
the
your
street
body? Yeah,
stuff.
what's your body count? Hawk Tua. I saw them people doing that, and I really wish somebody asked me to do it, but it's probably for the best that I didn't do nothing like that. But so yeah, so that was Rise Against Night One, and I got to hear Prayer of the Refugee. Stay tuned for the behind the scenes vlog where I got that whole song there for you guys. We're getting copyright strikes for this. But day two is where things got real fun because there was a little bit more to be excited for. Unfortunately, I couldn't get there at the very beginning, and there was one band that I missed that I really wanted to see. Shout out Rarity. Shout out Loden. Shout out the boys. I wish I got to see your guys' set. I heard you crushed it, but I heard it from other people. I didn't see it firsthand. But I wish I was there for that. But I get there a little bit later on, and again, I'm doing the job, which is smashing $15 beers again. Somebody's got to do it. But the big highlight, Avril Lavigne and Simple Plan, sort of back to back, a little 1-2 punch, if you will. State Champs were also there, which is another like underrated classic. But I'll be honest, I was using State Champs time to inebriate myself as much as possible to enjoy the rest of the night. But Simple Plan, oh my goodness, was that ever like a fulfilling show? Because not only did they play obviously all the hits ever, you name it, they played it. But for anybody who's been listening to us all week, you may have heard us talk about a weird pasta name. Simple Plan played the Scooby-Doo theme song. Because of course they did. Because it fucking slaps. Goes hard. Still goes hard. And if I wasn't hanging out where I was hanging out in the little VIP section, which everything was way more tame, obviously, in there, you know your boy VL would have been in the pit to What's New Scooby-Doo. And then again, Avril Lavigne crushed it, but by that point, I was only about 10% there, 90% enjoying myself. So yeah, that was the All Your Friends Fest. Albright, if I could swing us 2 VIP weekend passes to next year, would you indulge in the festivities? I'm curious.
Yeah, I won't know most of the bands or the songs. I'm sure like I'll be like, "Oh, it's this song." But like, yeah, I'm down for experiences.
Sick. I like to hear that. And then also, shout out to everybody who literally saw me there and was like, yo, what up, Van Landen? Even though I had my sunglasses on, this big old mustache, and on the first day, a sweater with my hood up, you guys still found me and we still hung out. So shout out to everybody.
Dude, your sunglasses are a part of your gimmick.
But it wasn't those ones. It wasn't those ones. It was like normal ones in comparison. So shout out to all you people. You
You're
know who
wearing a
you
fucking
are.
Team LTD hoodie and fucking Van Landen glasses. You're like, I wonder why they recognize me.
How'd they recognize me on my Facebook profile picture?
Oh, I got recognized at the wrestling club on Saturday when I was hanging out there. But
Oh,
I'm trying to remember because there was times I was hanging out with KPK and Matty Z and Travis Moore. But there's one part, I think it might have been Ahmed or Abu. And they're like, "Oh my god, great match, good stuff, guys." And I was like, "Oh, did you used to? You're a wrestler, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I used to." It's like, "Oh, are you coming back?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coming back this month." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And then they walked away, and I just went like, "Why do I get recognized that way?" And they're like, "Well, they complimented you." And I repeated what they told me. It's like, You used to wrestle, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coming back this month." Okay, where's the compliment in that? That's an observation. There was no compliment. There was also no critiquing.
it was more or less just one of those weird interviews.
It's just acknowledging my existence.
Hey, you're human, right?
Depended on the decade, didn't feel that way. But I gotta ask you, it's called All Your Friends Festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it ironic that it's called that, but most of the fan base that loves that music committed suicide because they probably felt like they had no friends? Goodbye!
Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning.
This is Holden Albright, also known as Brendan Caulfield, legally. You can follow me at Holden Pro on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But more importantly, patreon.com/Brendan C.
It's me, the barn burner Van Landen. Follow me everywhere at the Van Landen. You know where everywhere is. X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Blue Sky. You name it, I'm on it. And don't forget patreon.com/the Van Landen. Yeah.